Never in my life have I seen a pug smacking a piano like that. Eh?
There's a first for everything. What can you say?
My word. Can MJ do that?
Not yet. We'll work on it.
Not
next,
yet.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Okay, but she can do a couple of tricks. We'll take a look at that later. Okay, so we found out that they make great pets. But as I said, ancient dog breed, they date back quite a while.
Yes.
What were they bred for initially?
Pugs were bred to sit on laps and look fabulous.
Really? No purpose like hunting rats or...
Not so good. The mouth, limits their hunting abilities. No, I mean, they were bred to be companion dogs. Okay. And they were a breed that originated from Asia and China. They ended up in Tibet as well and Japan. And one of the things that they used to do was sit and guard the temple gates, which I think is quite sweet in Tibet.
Sit and guard the temple gates?
Yes, they're special dogs, absolutely.
Are they good guard dogs?
No.
I think they got something wrong. But anyways, okay.
I spiritually guard the temple gates, yes.
Ah, okay.
But they're an old breed. They're a companion breed. So what they really want is to be with people and attention from their family and those kind of things. They're not a good guarding breed, no.
All right. But it's also interesting. I mean, you can trace them all over the place, from China to Europe, all the way to Europe, right?
Yes, yeah, they became the famous favorite dogs of many European royal families.
Yeah.
Napoleon had one of these dogs. Napoleon's wife, when she was in prison, used a pug to sneak messages to Napoleon, to her husband. She would put the message in his collar and the pug would deliver them. So no, they're quite a famous breed.
That's very cool. Okay, so let's take a look at the pug physical features. What makes them a pug?
Well, what makes them a pug, they're a small breed. They come in different colors. They also come in solid black, and but fawn, what MJ is the most common color. Obviously, the most distinctive feature of the pug is their face. They've got a very squished, wrinkly face.
Just like Bob.
Just like Bob. But they've got the floppy ears. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So if you're curious about having a pug as a pet, it's very important that you keep the face clean, that you keep the ears clean, because they can get bacteria stuck in those little folds of skin.
All right, so I think the face mostly will tell you it's a pug.
Absolutely,
all right.
yes.
And in terms of size, I mean, is this kind of fully grown?
Yep, she's pretty standard. Male dogs can be a little bit bigger than she is, but MJ's about a normal size.
And age-wise?
They can live to be about 12, 15 years. Again, it depends on the health. If you don't let them get too obese, which is a very common problem with these dogs, they can live to be long and healthy lives.
So let's talk about those common health problems, as you say, besides obesity that you need to be aware of, if you decide to get a pug.
Yes, the most... any dog that has a short face can have eye problems, and again, wrinkle skin problems. Anytime you're getting a purebred dog, any purebred, but especially dogs like pugs who have an unusual shape, like a short nose, it's very important that you get a dog that's been properly bred. So research the breed, be prepared to spend a lot of money up front for a well-bred dog. If you don't spend money up front at a proper breeder, you're likely to spend a lot more at vet bills later. Don't just buy a dog from two people who happen to have a pug and are making some puppies.
Okay, so where would you go about finding a proper breeder?
The best thing to do is to Google it. You can go to the KUSA website, which is the Kennel Union of South Africa. But it's important that even if you find someone on a website, you do your own research, find other puppies that have been bred by those breeders, get references for them, and most importantly, if you find a good breeder, that breeder will be picky about you. You don't want a breeder who's just happy to send their puppy to anyone with money. They should check you out and be very picky about where their puppies go to. That means they've put the effort into breeding a proper dog.
And if you're going to look at a batch of puppies, a batch of pugs, is there something that you need to look out for? Maybe look at the mom or the dad?
Absolutely. Have a look at the kennel situation. You need to see both parents. If for some reason you're not allowed to see the parents, that should be a warning sign to you. You want puppies that are clean. You want puppies that are healthy. I don't advise getting a dog that you feel sorry for. This sounds a little bit harsh, but if you get a puppy that's been in a difficult breeding situation, you're likely to have lots of health problems later. So just be prepared if that's the route you're going to go. But a proper breeder, the puppy should be healthy, they should be socialized, parents should be happy and healthy as well. Okay, so overall healthy, happy kennel situation, very, very important. Definitely. All right, so earlier on you showed us a couple of tricks that MJ can do. Yes, and for those guys that just tuned in, she's amazing. She's a little superstar. So let's take a look at what she can do. MJ is such a superstar. Sit. All right. Wave. Good girl. MJ, bark. 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 Yes, good girl. Big one. Bark. 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 Yes. Oh, it's a good. So cute. See, not good guard dogs. Little bark. Little bark. You know, they make their presence known. Absolutely. They give a hoof. MJ, sit down. Lie down. Good girl. Can you go flat? Go flat. Oh, what a good girl. Wow. She's very clever. And this is very interesting because early on you said that you don't normally train pugs, or people don't normally train pugs. They don't. Why is that? I don't know. People are funny. You know, people who like the idea of training dogs will go for the Alsatian and big dogs and things like that. But it's lovely to train little dogs. They're just as clever. They have the same working ability, and they're fabulous at it. They love it. Yeah. Okay. And also for those guys that just tuned in, we talked about family pets, especially with kids. I mean, how are they? Are they snappy? Are they have a good temper?
temperament?
They do have good temperaments generally, but any dog, regardless of breed, needs to be trained properly how to handle kids, and the children also need to be taught how to handle the dog correctly, but they are good with kids,
Awesome.
yes.
Karis, thank you so much for
pleasure.
joining us. MJ, goodbye. See you later. I got a wag of the tail. Fantastic, guys. There we go. So if you want to know anything more about Pugs, we will also post some details on our website. Otherwise, you can go onto the Kusa website, kusa.co.za, and find out all about Pugs and also get in touch with some breeders. Right now, over to the Express.
Stay with eXpresso and SABC3.